Now in this video we'll be discussing on two major things like about a Cisco and different certification tracks Cisco provides like CCNA, CCNP, CCIE, and what are the different specializations, just an overview of all those things. So in the previous section, if you remember, we have discussed some of the networking devices like switches, routers. Like switch is a device which provides a centralized location to connect all your computers in the LAN. And when you talk about routers, provide a WAN connections, and then firewalls, a security device which provides secure access to the internet, or some of the voice devices like IP phones, and then data center devices like some servers, wireless devices like access points. Now Cisco is a leading manufacturer of all these devices here. Now here, as we are doing some CCNA course, we'll be getting into some basic overview of Cisco. Cisco is a manufacturer of all these devices. Now Cisco provides some different certification tracks or contents or syllabus for different levels of certifications. Like Cisco majorly divides into 3-level certifications. The first one is associate level, which we call as CCNA, Cisco Certified Network Associate. And we have something called professional level certifications. We call it as a CCNP, Cisco Certified Network Professional. And then we got some expert level certifications, like we call it as CCIE, Cisco Certified Internetwork Expert. Now these are the three major levels of certifications we can say. Now there are some entry level certification also, which is something very less commonly people will go with that one, because the people, whoever wants their career to start in the Cisco networking, probably they will start with CCNA. And then the highest level of certification is CCIE, and above to that there is something called architect level certification, but there's something a little bit rare and very less in number we have, but majorly most of the people go with CCNA, CCNP and CCIE certifications. Now these are the different levels of certifications we can say. Now again, these certifications, again we have different specialization tracks, like we have something called routing switching track. If I just go with some overview, we got something called routing and switching track, and then we have some CCNA in the routing switching, CCNP in the routing switching, and CCI routing switching. Now routing switching is a specialized track which majorly deals with a specialization in the LAN, where we are dealing with switches, and then a specialization on the routers. And then you can advance your skills from CCNA routing switching and then CCNP routing switching. And if you want to go into the expert level certifications, then we can go for CCIE routing switching. Now similar way, we got some other tracks like security. We have CCNA security, CCNP security and CCIE security. Now this track majorly focuses on implementing security in your LAN as well as in the WAN, like how we can protect our networks from the different types of attacks in the LAN or in the WAN, like securing your routers. And you will get introduced to some of the firewall devices, Cisco ASA firewalls. You get into more into security specialization in these tracks here. So that's what CCNA, CCNP, CCIE security covers. And again, we got some voice specialization. Now here we will be majorly covering about VoIP, voice over internet protocol, starts from associate level to expert level certifications. And then we got another track like service provider track. Now CCNA service provider, CCNP service provider and CCIE service provider majorly deals with the different specific technologies used by the service providers, like MPLS, BGP technologies. And then it deals with the kind of networks which service providers uses to provide WAN connections or maintaining some internet connections, something like that. So that's a separate track dedicated for that. Now there are many other tracks like Cisco have been into wireless tracks. Again, in that wireless, again you got CCNA, CCNP, CCIE, majorly deals with wireless implementations. If you have in the LAN or in the WAN, what kind of different wireless technologies we use and how they work, and what are the different devices used to set up those kind of networks. Now again, we got some new kind of new introduction like data center. CCNA, CCNP, CCIE data center. Now this track specializes mostly on some virtualization kind of things and some of the UCS servers used by Cisco high-end unified computing systems and some of the Nexus switching kind of stuff. So majorly how a data center is going to run and what are the different kinds of devices used in the data center environments, where we store a huge amount of information like storage area networks, majorly deals with that kind of specialization. Now again we got some other tracks, like we got some design track, CCDA, CC Design Associate, Design Professional, and CCDE we call it as Design Expert. So majorly on designing kind of things. Now apart from that, you heard some new tracks added in the Cisco, like we got some service port operations. Now this is more into some kind of how the administration or runs, more into that. And then Cisco added a new track called CC Collaboration, which includes some of the voice technology we added with some video. And then you got some CCNA video is also added in the new tracks. Now Cisco keep on updating these things, like there might be some new tracks coming up, or there might be some older tracks removed. It all depends again. Now probably all this information you'll find on the Cisco website. If you get into the to know some more information, Cisco website, you can go to cisco.com to find the updated information. Now if you have a Cisco account, you can directly log into that. You can create a Cisco account. If you go to training and events, here you'll find different types of certifications. Like if you go with any one of this, if I just click on more, here you'll find some different types of trainings and certifications. Let me go back to training and certifications here. Now when I click on this, here you can find the same snapshot of the diagram. And if you click on this, any one of these codes, like let me go with CCNA routing switching, the one which we are going to cover here. You'll find some overview, some video on introduction, what exactly CCNA routing switching covers. It's a certification program for entry-level engineers, and what is the examination code. Like the current is 200, 120, or you can write in two papers like ICND1, ICND2, and you can get some more information like self-study materials you'll find. And if you want to get into details on exactly what it covers, you can review the exam topics, what exactly it covers, and you can click on it. You need a Cisco account to log into that to view the complete contents. Now here you can see the complete contents, and you can use show details to verify what exactly it covers. Now similarly, you can go into any other tracks as well, like let's say I'll go to CCNA video or whatever it is, and you can find some more information on that. What are the different examination codes, and you can view the syllabus. Now let me just quickly summarize the information here. Now Cisco developed certifications. We have some different certifications, different tracks Cisco provides, and each and every track is going to be a specialized track again. Now, majorly you have three different tracks: CCNA, CCNP, and expert level certifications. Now wherever you want to start your career, either you can start with any of the entry level certifications, or normally this is the first track which you have to go with. Now even if you are planning for any security specializations, maybe you have a plan to do some CCNA, CCNP security, let's take an example, but you have to start with CCNA routing switching. And certification wise also, this is something a prerequisite for any of the professional level or associate level certifications. And then probably you can advance your skills to the next level depending upon your interest, but this is the first track you have to cover. So normally I suggest you to go with the CCNP routing switching knowledge as well. That's something recommended again, but certification wise it's not compulsory. And then you can advance your skills either to expert level certification after getting some experience or some in-depth knowledge on that, or you can move on to any one of these tracks depending upon your interest, or maybe on the market demand, or if you're working for any company, maybe choosing the correct track is totally depends upon your experience or your interest, or it can be a market demand or based on the requirement for whatever the company you are working for.